guys, it's Caitlin here and welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be doing part 2 to the dream house collab that I have recently just completed with Sophie from SugarPlumSims. Now if you haven't seen part 1 to this collab build, then I will be linking that in the description box below, so you can check out that one first if you haven't already seen it. And I will also be linking the 2 videos to Sophie's versions for this collab and her channel link as well down in the description box below, so you guys can also head over to her channel and check out her content. She is a awesome YouTuber who does Sims 4 content, and I really think you guys are really going to love her channel, so definitely make sure after this video to go and head over to her channel and check out her content. Also, to everybody who has come over to my channel from Sophie's channel, then welcome. I'm very happy to have you guys here, and I hope you guys enjoy your time with me doing this video. So yeah, let's get into part 2 of this video. In part 1, we did the lounge room and the master bedroom, and we also did the exterior of this house. And I quite liked it. The lounge was very mustardy. The bedroom had some floral patterns with some blues and whites, dark timbers. And now we're working on the kitchen, and I really love this kitchen. Like, I think this is probably one of my favorite areas in this build that I have actually done. So it's kind of, if you watched the first part, you remember me mentioning that I was going for a Scandinavian look. But I was also, adding a little bit more of some darker timbers in there, because usually Scandinavian has lighter timbers as opposed to darker timbers, but I wanted to throw some darker timbers in there as well. It just has a little bit of a Scandi vibe, especially in this kitchen. I feel like it's very Scandinavian because we have some brick walls in there, and we also get some concrete walls. We have this nice table here. I did mention as well in the first part that I went ham on CC in this build here. I usually don't use CC, but for this purpose of it being a dream house, I thought, you know what? I am just going to go to town with the CC, because if this really was my dream house, I would probably most likely not have majority of the items that are inside the actual Sims game in my house. Some of it, yes, I would love to have. Others, or majority of them, I just feel like I would not have it in my dream house. So I did use a lot of CC in this build, but I think it looks really nice. I tried my best to choose CC that was closer to a Max's match rather than an alpha CC sort of style. Even though it doesn't completely match the game, it kind of does. It's like, it's not too bad. So yeah, I am quite happy with it overall. I really did take a lot of time with this. As you can tell, it's a little bit, the footage is a little bit sped up, but if you had watched that slowed down a little bit more, you'd notice that it's taken me quite a long time, because I am wanting to put lots of decor items, really make it feel like it's been lived in, like it's been styled, and I wanted to go very, just very clean line. And a little bit organic as well with the decor items that I've put in. Like, I've put this nice sleek knife set in there that I feel blends really well into the wall, so it's kind of minimal. And then we have that nice sort of timber bread box that we had there, and there's a plant in the corner. And then just over on this bench, we're just having the nice ceramic white with the wood piece jar type things underneath there on the countertop, with a nice little display plate, and some nice looking, wall prints. And I feel like it just all works together. It all harmonizes with each other, and I really love this build. I just really love it, and I really love this kitchen. I honestly die when I see this kitchen. I mean, I know there's 2 different shades as well. Like, I've got more of those big sort of dome pendants hanging off the roof that kind of have a bit of a, I wouldn't say industrial, because they're not a metal finish. They're a white chrome looking finish to me, I would say, or acrylic maybe, I don't know, but they just have that nice look to them. And I feel like even though I've got the wooden pendant then hanging above the table, I feel like it still works having these 2 different sets of pendants. I'm not too sure how it would go realistically when it comes to real setting, but in The Sims I feel like it works. And just behind this table here, I was trying to think of a way that I could open up the space, but I felt like putting things on that wall over there in the corner, it didn't look like it was out of proportion, because I am, you know, when it comes to putting things up on the wall with a table setting or a couch setting, I like things to be kind of centered, and I want them to be symmetrical to each other. It's more of the decor items that I like to be a little bit more mismatched and a little bit, you know, uneven and things like that. So I was struggling to choose something for that wall in the kitchen behind the table. I believe in the end we do later on go and stick in a little console table there, just with a mirrored, you know, a mirrored front. So it kind of, even though it's not a big large scale mirror in the room, it does sort of help to open up the space a little bit, I think. But yeah, I don't know. So I really liked that kitchen. And now we are onto the bathroom. I was trying to experiment with some colors. As you saw, I used a lot of mustards against whites and timbers inside the lounge room in yesterday's video, part 1. And in this one today, I'm trying to use more colors. I was kind of, you know, in my head I was thinking perhaps I should stick to colors that are already in the house, but I figured, you know what, it's a bathroom and it's not exactly connected to the house. There's a door that cuts it off. It would have been nice if it had flowed through with similar colors. In fact, actually, I do feel like it does end up flowing, because I was originally trying to go for color and I went with this blue kind of color with a blue mirror there. But I do later on go to change it to a CC wall tile that I downloaded, and it isn't exactly Max's match. It's still nice though. I feel like it's still nice, and because of the very, very nude, subtle, organic colors that I've chosen in that wall tile, I feel like it does really work, and it's not like in your face bad CC. It's like a little bit of bad CC, but at the same time you can kind of get away with it. And we kind of just paste that wall tile in where all the blue is, you know, just into that little shower nook there, and the bath wall as well, we changed that to a different tile. The mirror, I think we also do switch that out with just a basic round mirror rather than having that large frame around it. I felt like the large frame in the end didn't really suit the style of this house. I felt like that was more of a classical piece that you would put in to your house, whereas this was more of a modern, Scandi, a little bit modern, a little bit mid-century modern as well, sorry. And yeah, so we are moving on to this room here. Is the study slash hangout area slash chill zone. I don't know, you might want to read a good book in here, or you could do a little sketching, or because I like to sketch. I haven't sketched in a while though. In fact, I think the last time I sketched was probably last year when I was living in my whole old house before we moved into this house. Because I used to do a lot of sketching, but I find like with me, when it comes to my artwork and sketching, I tend to get bored. I'm one of those people that I get bored easily. So if I'm doing something constantly, I'll get bored and I have to take a couple of days away from it before I'm kind of like, oh yeah, you know, I want to play again. Like, it's with everything in my life. It's not just sketching. Like, I'll even admit it, it's for Sims as well. As much as I enjoy the game, too much of it, it's sort of, you know, I start getting bored because I run out of ideas. I don't really think that, you know, my gameplay is interesting and stuff. So for me to take a day or two away from whatever I'm doing, it helps to refresh my mind, helps to refresh ideas, give me new ideas and things like that, and I'm back to it and I'm happy playing again. So I usually do only play Sims a couple of times a week, so a lot of my videos do end up being pre-recorded because I just record everything over a period of a couple of days, and then I'll edit it over one day usually, or 2 days, and then I'll take about 2 or 3 days just away from the computer, and I'll just be uploading videos that I've already you know, edited and things, and I tend to just edit my thumbnails as well on my days off. So I think that's a tip. I think that's a tip from me to you guys if you are wanting to start up a YouTube channel, or you've got one. If you're one of those people like me who need a little bit of time away from the game or away from anything in life, just to have a little bit of a refresh, then I do highly recommend to do it, because you will find you will be much happier doing whatever you're doing. It's like having a job. You don't want to work 7 days a week, or you don't want to work 6 days a week. You want to at least have 2 days of leisure off, just to relax and wind down, and just to get your mind, you know, focused on other things. And then over those couple of days, your body can, you know, reboot itself, I guess, and you're all good to go for the next week, or the second half of the week if you have your days off in the middle of the week or something like that. So yeah, I do recommend with anything, just like you would with your jobs and other things in life, if you're doing YouTube and you're doing other things like that, just take a little bit, remember to take time for yourself, because, you know, it's not an easy thing to do. I will be completely honest, it's not easy. There are a lot of hours that go into creating Sims videos, and since I've started up my channel, I've really been able to appreciate more how much work and effort actually goes into videos on YouTube. It's not just for Simmers as well, for other people I watch. I can really appreciate how much effort they're putting into their videos now that I know what it takes to be able to create these videos on a I wouldn't say daily basis, but on a regular basis. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure I feel like other YouTubers would probably agree in a sense that it's good to take time for yourself. And it's good to have a good balance, I guess that's what I mean. So because I don't want people to think that I get bored of making these videos, and you know, and that I don't like doing the game, because it's not that I don't like, I love making these videos, I love doing this game. It's just that I run out of ideas, and when you run out of ideas, it just makes everything harder. So taking time for yourself is a good thing, guys. So yeah, just don't think of it as a bad thing. Don't think that you'll be disappointing people, because I'll be completely honest, every time I disappear for a couple of days, or sometimes when I really need a longer period of time just to myself, like recently I've taken 2 weeks off due to other reasons. This wasn't due to YouTube, this was due to other reasons in my own personal life, but I honestly, to be completely honest, yes, I am guilty of feeling like I've disappointed people, feeling bad that I'm letting you guys down because I'm not uploading anything. But it was really great because there were other Simmers in the community on Twitter who were supporting me, and they were behind me, and they're like, you know, they totally agreed that sometimes you just need that time for yourself. So yeah, anyway, now that I have rambled on, how did I even get on talking about that subject? I don't really know how I did that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that is our little lounge room. I think we're finished because it looks like we're on to the guest bedroom now. Now, I had actually pre-furnished the guest bedroom because I was doing it for I was doing it like a main bedroom, because like I mentioned in my first part, this was supposed to be 3 bedrooms, 1 guest room, and then you've just got your bathrooms, your lounge room, your little chill out zone downstairs with the office and things like that. But I felt like it was too many bedrooms. This was my dream home. In my head, I had been looking at this collab as if this was my dream house in the future when I'm older and possibly have a family and things. So I was keeping that in mind and thinking, what would I give my teenage daughter? What would I give my children? And I pretended like I had twins. Like, you can see the little twin room off to the side there, which doesn't actually end up in the final cut of this video, because I do change that out into a little bit of a gym. But yeah, other than that, I do like how it turned out, because I decided to think about me in the now what would I have in my dream house. So I had my master bedroom with my little ensuite, and I changed one of the main bedrooms, I changed that into something that was more neutral, more comfortable, more organic, and relaxing, I guess, with green tones and timbers and just some white brick, just, you know, a nice calm setting. And that is for the guest room. I wanted to keep it very neutral so that it was very versatile, and anybody can sleep in there. Like, I could have friends over, I could have family over, and they'd be able to be comfortable in that room. It also does have like the guest room has like a little walk-in closet behind it, which also has like a little console table with a mirror, just so you can get yourself ready. And I think that's a nice idea to have for guests, because guests will usually live out of their suitcase, and if they're staying for an extended period of time, it's nice to actually be able to give them somewhere to put their clothes, like you'd have when you stay in a hotel. Because I honestly enjoy unpacking my clothes in a hotel and putting them away in drawers or in hangers, and a lot of the time I'm so disappointed because they only come with like 3 hangers but a massive wardrobe or something like that. But yeah, I mean, this would be my home, so family would get more coat hangers, I guess. There would be a lot of coat hangers for them, like and yeah, so yeah, and we do get rid of that kids room because I figured me and the now does not have kids, me and the now is not married, and me and the now would probably just be living by myself, which is kind of sad. But I would probably have animals. Say if we had Sims pets, you'd probably see one of these bedrooms dedicated for my pets. Like, that's their bedroom. Like, they would actually have their own bedroom, I think. But yeah, we are now just adding, I think we're adding a few things to the lounge. This is the lounge room that I completed yesterday. Just moving a few things around as well. There are a few like items that I wish that I had put inside this lounge room, which I didn't. Like, I would go back and add them if I could. I thought this was a cool idea as well, having like a little stone side table, bringing in the outside, like bringing the outside inside and making it a little bit more organic. And yeah, and you did actually, I didn't talk about the movie room, but you saw that upstairs with the blue and the seats, and I really like that. Like, realistically, I was talking about this yesterday, realistically I would love to have like big huge sofa seats that recline, and all that jazz, but of course they don't come with those in the Sims game, and I couldn't find any CC for that. I didn't actually try to search for any CC just because in my head I hadn't planned for a movie theater originally. That just sort of came later on. But yeah, I'm still quite happy with how it turned out. Speaking of movie theater seats, in Hamilton, where I grew up, we have a movie theater called Hoyt's. And it's really cool. Like, I know they have this in plenty of other places around the world, but they have this little section up the back of the movie theater, and the chairs, I can't remember if they were made out of like a different material or something, but you get these big plush seats, and you have like some buttons on the side, and it's a reclining chair, and it also has a electric footrest that comes up. You get a little table in between 2 seats, so it's 2 seats then a little table that connects the seats, and you get these big huge what do you call them, armrest, and I can't remember if they have cup holders. I don't think they did have cup holders. I think you just stick them on your table or on your massive armchairs, unless they did have cup holders, but they were like, instead of being in the armchair at the end with like a little hole and it just kind of hangs out the bottom, I think this was like a proper solid one, and the cup just kind of sits inside, and it's nice and cozy, just sitting inside that little thing. So yeah, that's you know, I would love to have that in a home theater, and I actually got to experience the movie theater in Hamilton once in those seats, which is really cool. I have no idea what the cost of it was. When I was living there, I didn't have much money, and my best friend, she asked me if I wanted to go to the movies with her family. Now, I have been friends with her since I was 3. We went to the same kindergarten together, primary school, high school, so we've pretty much grown up our whole lives together, so I know her family very well as well. And so I went along with her family to the movie theaters, and yeah, and the seats were so nice, and I honestly, I was so appreciative of that, because I really didn't have much money, and her family didn't have to take me to the theater with them, but they did, and it was just a really neat experience. And yeah, I don't know, it's just so cool. Although in saying that, my recliner was not working at first. Like, I went to go press the button, and I said to my friend, it's not working, I think it's broken. And then I saw one of the ushers walking past, and so I quickly jumped up out of the seat, and turns out the seat just was not switched on. Like, apparently, I think he did something, like I took him, like, he followed me to my seat, and then he like tested the buttons himself to see if they're working. He's like, okay, they're not working. Then he like kind of went underneath the seat, and did something, like pressed something. He's like, do you want to try it now? So I tried it, and it worked. So obviously it was just a case of it not being switched on. I guess like how you'd have a PowerPoint not switched on at the wall or something like that. I'm guessing it's something like that. But that was honestly the coolest experience I've ever had in a movie theater. And you get served food as well, and they bring around like tiny little plates of chocolates, or I think they were chocolate. They could have been like lollies, but I'm pretty sure they were chocolate. But you get a couple of little lollies in a bowl, which is cool. And yeah, it was just really cool. And we went and saw Suicide Squad, and that was awesome. I loved it. And I definitely, like, if you're in Hamilton, I know one person who's in Hamilton. I don't know if anybody else from my hometown watches my YouTube channel, but my awesome friend here on YouTube, she is from Hamilton, and she should definitely go and check it out. It is expensive though, so at least I think it's expensive. I mean, a normal ticket is expensive, so I'm just gonna say that one of those fancy seats is gonna be really expensive. I don't remember what they call it. I think they call it like extreme seats or something like that. I don't know what they call it, but yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool. If you guys ever visit New Zealand and you ever go to Hamilton, try it out. Unless you have it in your hometown, then it's all good. You can just try it out in your hometown, because I'm pretty sure lots of theatres have it, and I'm pretty sure that there are so many, there's probably movie theatres that are full of those chairs, or, I see pictures on Google sometimes of movie theatres that have beds and stuff, so I'm pretty sure there are a lot better versions of what of what I experienced, but to me, it was really cool what I experienced. So, yeah. And speaking of beds, I got super, super excited today, because I was mentioning last night that I want to do DIY videos for you guys, and I want to basically DIY my room. And I don't know what it was, but today I woke up and I just was so excited. And even though I don't have the money yet, and I have no supplies, and I don't even have much skills yet, like I haven't watched up on any videos myself, or read any blogs myself on how to do this, or little tips that I might need or whatever to be able to do this, I'm still super excited. And I took my dad's measuring tape today, and I went ahead and measured everything up, because I want to build myself a headboard and a desk and all of that thing. But yeah, I have been talking for so long and haven't even realized that we are now in the screenshots, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye!